building my own shipping container home. Join me on my journey from construction to completion of my mortgage-free home on a homestead. What's a foundation without rebar? Well, the rebar came in, guys, in massive quantities. Behold it. You can't just have a bunch of empty holes, guys, and pour a bunch of concrete, right? That's what they say. So that means that today is rebar day. So today we are going to be working on bending, cutting, and assembling the rebar structure. I like to call it the rebar tower because it looks like a tower. Let's start. So basically, guys, we're going to use two pieces of steel here, steel pipe. We're going to insert one here and we'll put the other one in through here, and then we'll be able to use like a bending thing, bending action. So we tried different ways to bend the rebar and none of them were working well. To give you guys a little context, this is what the rebar tower structures we're working on are supposed to look like when complete. They will ultimately sit encased within the concrete columns and footings and are comprised of a series of rebar bent and cut to certain lengths and held together by these ties running up vertically. With 16 columns, we'll have to make 16 of these rebar towers. The rebar design is based on the recommendation of the structural engineer I hired, who specified the details on how much rebar, the different thicknesses, and overall shape. The complete final structural plans and drawings for my container home are actually available to download right now. They include details on the foundation, ceiling and truss system, door and wall opening reinforcement, and much more. Additionally, the 3D model I created of the home is also available to download. Just click the link in the description below to learn more. We're trying to see if we can find another method, and what we're going to do here is maybe we can use this tree as a way to create a fulcrum or whatever the hell it's called. Hang on, I gotta find the mark again. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to...
It might give, might not.
Yeah, of course.
Now we hit a
I don't know how a twig is gonna be a better...
Now we hit a trunk. It goes.
All right, about there. Okay, now that we have the other one bent, we'll use the first one that we cut as a template. We got that side marked. You're in position? And go ahead and mark. So I cut out the excess time spent using the reciprocating saw to cut the rebars. It took quite some time. I definitely do not recommend to use this. Use an angle grinder instead, as you'll see shortly. When you have to make 16 sets of everything, repetition becomes the name of the game. I guess I didn't think about it enough before the day started. This was insane work. Let's count them, guys. 4 for each set, 1 set for each column, 16 holes, 16 columns. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Guys, it took us all day. I am encrusted in dirt. Look at my dad's shirt. He looked like he rolled around in the mud. So, foundation, day 8. Today we're working on the ties. Thankfully, these are thinner rebars. These are the vertical running pieces that sort of help keep the vertical dowels secured in a structure in place. Okay, here we go. Well, that's pretty close.
The mark should have been around here then.
So there we have it. So guys, basically what this is we have these the ends are going to bend in at 45, but we're making a square out of this piece, so this needs to be about a 90. So that's looking pretty good.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep. All right, go for it. Our square is coming together. And so here we have it. Here we have our first tie. A bit of an inconsistency here, but it's our understanding that the only real reason for bending these in at the corners is to accommodate any excess that goes in both directions. You just bend it in to get out of the way. So this will work. 16 rebar towers in total, and each rebar tower has 7 of these ties. 7 times 16 is 112. We had to cut 112 of these rebar ties. Okay guys, very big and important day today. Today we are finally dropping the rebar towers into the holes along with the rebar bases. These go low on the ground and these are the towers. We're dropping all 16 in today, guys. We had 2 days left to the deadline and I think we're making pretty good timing. Okay guys, so check this out. This is a giant bag of rebar chairs. These are used to hold the rebar. The rebar goes inserted into these little slots. This is an example of what one of the bases will look like once we put the rebar chairs on them. As you can see, it sort of just clicks in. Sit.
Gonna have to step through.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, like putting on a pair of pants. But it worked.
Yeah, that helps a lot, I think. Okay, so after we pull the string across, the purpose of that is, so if I get directly over and I line the string up, is that rod straight with the string? Right now it's actually pretty good, but I think we need a little bit of a twisting that way. That way. Let's do that.
And when you pour the concrete,
All right, let's take a step back here. Check that out. We pulled the strings out to maybe get a sense of how centered we got it, because remember, the rebar tower itself is going to go in the dead center of the concrete pedestal column that comes up and encases it. So if we center the rebar tower right at the exact point where the two strings crisscross, then we know exactly where we need to be. And I'd say we're pretty damn close.
put on your pants. You need to hold it in one end while you put on your clothes.
Whoa.
It's not in there.
Well, you definitely did put yours in there. Here you go, guys. 2 down. 14 to go. So a few days later, I passed the inspection, allowing me to move on to the next phase of the foundation, the sonotubes. So be sure to stay tuned for those upcoming episodes. Click subscribe, hit the bell icon, and click all so you're notified when the next video comes out. And as always, anything's possible when you think outside the container.